Hi, I'm Judy Ricketson with Families in Global Transition, and I'm here today with Dr. Patricia Stokke, a business instructor at Cabrillo College and West Valley College in California. And Patricia is going to be presenting at this year's conference a topic based on some recent research that she has conducted. Patricia, could you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Okay. Well, the research topic is adult third culture kids, potential global leaders with global mindset. The idea of this research is that in looking at global leadership, the need for global leaders in the world, and looking at what are the traits of the skills, abilities required of global leaders, there's certain characteristics that they need to have. And then in looking at research regarding third culture kids, you see that the characteristics that they have, that they've developed through their childhood experience, are similar, align with those that are required of global leaders. So that's really, I'm looking at and researching, I was researching their potential, adult third culture kids' potential as global leaders, and particularly with global mindset, which is the concept of being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, being able to see across cultural boundaries, feeling comfortable with people who are different from yourself, feeling comfortable with traveling. And those are things that both many adult third culture kids have and that are needed of global leaders. And they're things that are not developed in a short period of time. That's the research shows that in global leadership that, you just don't go to a few trainings and end up with a global mindset with the ability to be a global leader. And the challenge in today's world is business organizations want people who can come on board and be ready to go. So my thought was, well, here's a potential population that already has those skills that business and government, other types of organizations could draw from in looking for their global leaders and their global employees.
So what inspired you to conduct this research in the first place?
Well, in beginning to look for a topic for my dissertation, I was interested in global topics, global leadership, and in doing that research, I came across the idea of global mindset, one I hadn't heard of used in that term, which was actually developed by the Thunderbird School of Global Management at the Jaffe Global Mindset Institute. And then I also discovered, surfing around the web, this idea of third culture kids, something I had never heard of put in that definition before. And what I found was that I'm a third culture kid. So as I continued my research on both global leadership and on third culture kids, I began to see that the commonalities between the characteristics, and it just really, excited me in thinking that, wow, here's something that maybe I can offer, and I'm not, feeling as one who doesn't fit anywhere. Here's a place for me to fit. So that's part of what really inspired me and kept me going.
Yeah. So you say that you're a third culture kid. Where did you grow up?
I grew up, my father was a Navy pilot, and we were born. That's the long question, right?
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you where is home.
Yeah, where did I grow up? Well, I grew up in a lot of places, but the part that made me a third culture kid was that we moved to Japan when I was 10 years old. My father had retired from the Navy, and he was a captain with Japan Airlines, and we lived on the Japanese economy, and we lived there for 6 years and through till I was 16, and then we moved to Alaska, and I lived there for about 13 years before I came back to California. So my growing up years were really Japan, between 10 and 16.
Wow, some important years in anyone's life, yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for speaking with us today, and we look forward to hearing your presentation at the conference.
I look forward to being there, and thank you so much for this opportunity.